Hi everyone. Can you hear me? Just quickly write in the chat box, letting me know if you can hear my video, audio, all good. So please write yes if my audio and video are fine, so that I know that we can just get started. I've given the Zoom link today so that people who are facing issues while joining through the YouTube live, they can definitely take the help of Zoom and get connected. Hi, Smita. How are you? Okay, so let's get started.
Purnima Dev, ma'am.
Thank you so much, and happy Guru Purnima to you as well, to all your family members.
Thank you.
Okay, so let's get started. I'm very excited to share something very powerful coming up today. I hope all of you have gone through the previous day's video. I mean, the yesterday's section. It is a very, very important section because yesterday we have covered what are the traits of the mother, which usually, gets transferred to the child. And there are some combinations you will see, not necessarily that all of that I have discussed, you will see that, in your mother. And as I keep saying, nothing to get offended or nothing to get stressed about, oh my God, I've got so many things from her. No, it's not about that. It is just to make you understand, make you identify what exactly the generational, habits, the emotional habits that you probably have got it from her, and how beautifully you, along with her, can heal it. So that's the whole purpose. So never ever have that bitterness towards your parents or be it towards your family members. As in, I see a lot of people when they come for the session, they'll start saying that, oh my God, abhi kya hoga, itne sare, I've got it, how to get rid of it. So it's not about feeling low or feeling or developing some bitterness towards them, because they obviously, no parents will transfer something which is going to harm their children, right? So they might have also done it out of unawareness. And as I said, when the generational trauma happens, it happens actually from the mothers, majority of it from the mother to the child. So likewise, as I said, my story, when I was not into the inner child healing, I had also transferred so many emotional habits which were not good habits, into my child, my son. But now, when I keep observing him, I do identify, okay, this is something which he has got from me. So then I start healing him. I start healing my parents also, because I know that, okay, this is something which I have got from them. So this is a beautiful journey where it is all about, coming together. And as I said, this is one of the most powerful modalities where you can actually help so many people associated with you. For example, your family tree. So let's just be unconditional and let's start healing us, so that we can heal all the people associated with us. So there are stages in my advanced level of trauma healing or inner child healing, where we go stage by stage, and then we start healing everyone who is associated with you, starting from the source, the parents, the siblings, then your spouse, your kids, everyone. So that's how you start actually breaking the generational trauma pattern, the chain breaker. So it is always good to be aware of it, and then you start breaking that chain, and you be the first one to probably bring something which can help you, which can help your entire family chain, right? So be that pride member of your family, that you are brought here by the universe, because the universe wanted you to get aware of it, so that you can help all these people, right? And today is an auspicious day, Guru Purnima day. So I thought today's session is absolutely bang on, because whatever you will understand today, instead of having so much of bitterness towards your source, that is, many of you might be having not so good relationship with your parents for some reason. But today's exercise, I have actually planned something with which you will be able to release those toxicities if you are holding towards them, or if there are some memories which are still making you feel very uncomfortable about your childhood, about your parents specifically, we are going to just let go of all those things today. So being this auspicious day, be grateful to the universe, to that higher energy, that they definitely have some very, very massive good plans for you. That's why you are brought here. And that's why you are being aware of this entire, healing process, right? So before I start this session, I wanted to thank each of you for giving me an opportunity, because today is Guru Purnima, and I really wanted to thank each and every one, of all my community members, the all social media platforms, my paid members, whoever have been always been associated with me, who had also let me learn certain things, because whenever I start adding value to all of you guys, I come across so many queries, I start getting so many situations that have actually made me to learn so many things. So I truly am grateful, firstly to my gurus, who have actually given me this power, who has empowered me to start adding value to the world. Of course, the divine energy, without which I would not have even got into my coaching sessions. I would not have got this wonderful coaches in my life. And of course, my family, who is my source. At the same time, the next gratitude goes to each and everyone who is watching me right now, including all the new people who will be adding as part of my YouTube subscribers and Facebook, Instagram, everywhere, whoever is just watching my video. Thank you once again for giving me this opportunity. And the guru inside me is truly bowing to the guru inside you, because I feel everybody, each of us has a guru inside us, and that's how I'm also learning along with you certain things which probably is helping me to bring more and more wisdom, more and more knowledge, and keep adding more and more value, give the 10x value to the world. So thank you once again, and happy Guru Purnima to everybody of, whoever is part of my platform. So happy Guru Purnima to all of you. Right. So having said that, let's just get started. So yesterday we were talking about all the traits of mother which gets transferred to the child. Now today we will be talking about which are the patterns or the emotional patterns which a father carries. And when you will get to know about all those patterns, I wanted to start identifying that which of these patterns you actually see in him, and you can see the same pattern you are also doing in your adult life. As I keep saying, that inner child is all about that child inside you who has formed certain belief, while they have gone through certain situations or something they have seen around them. And as a result, you start experiencing the similar kind of emotions, similar kind of situations, similar kind of people around you, and you are actually facing similar issues in your current life, which is your adult life, right? So this is a brilliant way how your adult life can get transferred if you start understanding from where it started. It is always essential to go to the root cause of your issues. So doing something, at the if I say, doing something at not going deeper into your problem is a temporary fix, right? So as I said, that you might be seeing that you have been doing a lot of practices, a lot of affirmations, a lot of maybe so many techniques of law of attraction. Sometimes you see they just don't work, right? So this is because your subconscious, or the space where your healed emotions are required, it is actually being filled up with so many experiences that you already have, and sometimes few of them you're aware of it, few you're not aware of it. So I wanted to start building a concept of what is going on in your life today is the reflection of what you had faced in your childhood. And all these 5 days, as I said, it is going to be life-changing sessions for you. I know I'm not able to go very deep into these inner child healing segments, because the way I do it in my one-on-one sessions, I go much way deeper than what I'm doing right now. But of course, there are limitations here. I can't, the time limitations, and there are so many other things also. But whatever I'm giving you as a challenge, please keep doing the challenges, because these challenges are actually the exercises which are helping you to release certain things from your mind, from your belief system, and the self concept that you hold about yourself is actually enhancing right now, because that inner child is now helping you to grow, helping you to be more confident and powerful. So it is our responsibility to make her feel safe within us, have that connect with my inner child, saying that, this is a safe place where she can express anything to me, and she will help you unconditionally. I'll share one brilliant, experience which I had today in the morning. This is something which I never experienced before, and I purposely didn't do it, but some guidance came to me, and then I started doing with my inner child, and I saw a huge outcome, in the morning today that happened. So I'm going to share that process also, so that you can also start using it. So I have not got this from my coaching session, but this is something which I truly experienced today morning, and then I'll share that with all of you guys. How many of you are excited to know what exactly you have to do? Write excited in the chat box, so that I know that you really want to learn. And please keep participating, so that I know that you are actually listening to me and you are being serious about all that you are grabbing, in this session. So keep writing excited if you really want to proceed further and know what exactly I want to share with all of you. So having said that, let's just get into the point of first thing, what are the traits of a father? Now, yesterday when we were talking about, by the way, today is the third day, that is the day 3 challenge. I hope you are doing all the challenges, the day 1 and day 2. If you have any questions, I will definitely, I can take the questions towards the end. You can start writing in the chat box and I will be answering. So from today onwards, as I've said, that I'm also sharing the Zoom link with all of you guys. In Zoom, if you're joining, then you can definitely unmute and you can ask me. But if you're joining through YouTube, not to worry. You can also post your questions there. I'll be more than happy to take your questions, but towards the end of the session. All right. Okay. So now let's understand what are the typical traits. Before that, let me quickly just introduce myself. So my name is Mo. I'm a life coach and author. My first book, which I have launched, the name of my book is Awakening Your Inner Light, which is available on Amazon and on Notion Press as well. I'm also a tarot card reader. I do the tarot card readings only through the energy guidance. I keep saying this to every session, every platform. And also the healing that I do for others, for myself, I purely do it basis my energy guidance. So I'm being just a small channel, like a dot, and I just get the guidance and I start helping, adding value to others only through the guidance. So that's pretty much about me. Inner child is one of my most, I would say, after Ho'oponopono, it is one of my most favorite, modalities. I have seen, I have experienced wonderful breakthroughs. And understand one thing, guys, inner child healing process is something which you can do lifelong, right? So even today, till date, when I'm teaching all of you guys, I'm also doing it for myself, because I know every part of my life, every phase that you go through, you need to heal yourself. Healing is an ongoing process, whether you do inner child, whether you do no, it is an ongoing process. So while I'm helping you guys to understand, my inner being is also listening to this, my inner child is also listening to this. So this is a win-win situation, where I'm not just teaching you, but I'm also making myself heal faster along with you, right? So these 5 days of challenge of inner child, I want you to keep doing this every now and then. Like, be in the habit of doing it quite often. Don't feel that, okay, after 5 days, I just don't have to look into these videos anymore. No, you keep doing this. Maybe after every 2 weeks, start going through the videos again, start doing the challenges again. That's how you will also start getting a lot of breakthroughs, right? And I really, truly want all of you to start feeling that connect with your inner child, to make that child start feeling safe within you, so that she can help you in every stage, right? Fine. So okay, there is some message in the chat box. So since morning I'm very emotional, don't know the reason. Yeah, so Shubhosri, this is also a sign of healing, because when you go through this inner child healing segment wise segment, so there is a high chance where your trapped emotions start coming up. So it is just like, under the carpets, the emotions are hidden. Now that you have given a star, it is actually, coming up one after the other. And don't feel overwhelmed, but try to embrace it. Try to acknowledge it. Thank you for, coming up. Thank you for making me feel this. For example, if you are feeling little depressed or sad, so say this to yourself. I truly feel so blessed that I have my inner child who is just bringing up all this, emotional turmoil within me, so that I can release it and I can heal myself faster, so that all the issues that I'm going through right now with my emotions can automatically get healed. So not just me, but my inner child is also healing together. That's how you should start embracing the journey, not feel overwhelming or not feel too stressed that why am I feeling so emotional. These are all part of it. For example, sometimes you may feel a little blank state, like you literally will feel after certain sessions that you just go to that blank state where you're not able to recall anything, nor you are being in the present, which is absolutely fine. So take some time. Maybe you can just lie down for some time, 5-10 minutes, or listen to something. Don't get into too much of conversations, because when this kind of breakthroughs happen, you need to give your body and yourself little time to get adjusted, because your body is not used to feeling these emotions so often. So now that it is releasing, let your body also start getting used to it, right? So be with the body, listen to your body. If you feel very sleepy, these are all the signs of releasing your emotional blocks which are there within you, right? And your inner child is helping you to release them. So congratulations. I'm feeling very happy that, this is a first step that you have taken and you are beautifully releasing it. Fine. So let's just move into this segment that I have just thought about to share with all of you guys. So the first one that I wanted to share with all of you guys is the father's trait. And I will also be giving you a challenge, like how I have given yesterday. I'll give you the challenge today, which we will do it in the session, and the part of that you will do it after the session. So let's understand what all traits do we can get it from father, even when they're not aware of it. So as I keep saying that, when a baby is formed in the womb, so 50% is from your mother, the DNA, the 50% is from the father. So definitely there will be some behavioral patterns which will get transferred, good, bad. It will be a combination of both. It can't be like only the positive or the negatives can get transferred to. It will be a combination of both. Sometimes you will see, and this happened with me also. So when I conceived, by the way, my baby is a manifested baby. I will share that, maybe in the last day, how I manifested my baby when I was declared that I will not be able to conceive. That's the power of your vibration and your manifestation. So he's now 3.5-year-old toddler. So basically what happens is, it happened to me that when I delivered my baby, so in the initial 3 months, my baby was just looking like my husband. And I was always having this feeling that why doesn't he have that features of me? Because somewhere I was feeling like he should carry all these features, because I have carried him in my womb for 9 months. So I wanted my baby also to look like me. So I had no idea about how this thing happens. So when I had gone through this inner child process, my coach made me understand that whenever a baby is formed in the womb, whenever the baby starts taking the energy from both the father and the mother, because that's how your egg and everything forms, right, in the womb. And whenever the baby starts taking one of the energies very high as compared to the other one, for example, in my case, my baby might be pulling that energy in the initial formation more from his father. And that's one of the reasons when you deliver, you will see that the baby looks just like his father, right? But what happens is, after 6 months, so he started looking more like me. Okay. And people started telling me, Are, he is just your copy. And I'll show his picture also sometime in my YouTube channel also. So he's my youngest Ho'oponopono healer now. No, he has started doing Ho'oponopono. He also does little bit of Reiki. He is not attuned, but he just observes me doing things, and he will also start doing it. So what happens is, after 6 months, when I saw, I didn't observe, but people started telling me that he looks exactly like you. Like all of a sudden, we see a change in his, facial, your features. This is because after the delivery, the baby is more close to mother, because the first 1 year, the baby is really, really attached, very closely attached with the mother. So there are high chances the energy level changes as compared to the first initial 3 months. So if you have been in this situation where you wanted to, you are carrying right now, or you are pregnant, so don't get into too much of this tension how my baby will look like. So let the baby be happy, healthy, and even if it is taking the energy more from the father's side, which is absolutely fine, but please undergo the inner child healing even after your delivery. Also, this is very essential for all the mothers, even all the parents actually. So this is what this is how the baby starts pulling the energy from the mother and the father's DNA. So here, the first thing when we talk about father's behavior, the first attribute that I wanted to share, like what you have seen yesterday, the first one is same, which is not approving. Now, whichever I'm sharing, as I said, it is interchangeable. So right now I'm discussing about father, but you may see all these or maybe few of them much more prominent in your mother, which is absolutely fine, right? But again, you have to just observe from whom you have taken it, right? So the first is the not approving, characteristic, where you will see this father is always in a denial mode. Like whenever the child approaches the father for something, the father has this habit of always saying, no, you can't do this, you can't do it, no, this is not possible, no. I mean, this is always like saying no, basically. 80% of the time, the child is facing multiple rejections, and 20%, the child is just receiving the positive response. As a result, this particular child starts feeling insecure because the child feels that whatever I say to my father, my needs are not getting fulfilled. By needs, I'm not saying the materialistic needs. These are the emotional needs. So the child may be expecting the father to understand him, that why he is asking for it. For example, it can be a toy, or it can be the result of the exam which he has got, and the father starts saying that you didn't do this well, I was expecting you to do better. So the child might start feeling little insecure that no matter how much I do, no matter how many effort I put, or no matter what I ask, my father always denies. And as a result, since this particular emotional need of the child is not being met, the child will somehow get it fulfilled. Now, how will this child get this need fulfilled? He will go outside. He will go outside, which means he will start pleasing other people. For example, his friends, where in the friend circle, he knows that not lot many people are probably encouraging him a lot of times, or lot many people are ignoring him. So even if he doesn't want to please them, he will tend to please all those people. So because he feels that the more I give these people attention, that these people will give me that attention, and that's how the child will get his emotional need get fulfilled through others. So you will see a lot of time in your adult life, you are in the habit of being a people pleaser, which means in your professional, in your personal world, you don't want to do something for others, you know it is not right, but you will still end up doing things for others. And then even if you don't want to do it, you will still do it, but you will then start beating up yourself, I mean emotionally, that why did I do this, I didn't want to do it, right? So how many of you can relate to this, that yes, I mean people pleaser is one of the quality which I'm carrying, and I really don't want to do it, but I'm in so much of addiction of being a people pleaser, because that's when you feel your child inside you feels you can get more attention and you can get more positive response from people. So it can be with your in-laws also. I have seen so many cases coming to me when it's about one-on-one coaching, where people say that my in-laws always they want me to do this and I don't want to do it, but just to make them happy I do it, but then I'm not at all happy and satisfied doing it. How many of you can relate to this particular trait, and you feel that okay, fine, so this people pleasing capability, or the people pleasing this particular trait has been given to me from my father. Now it can be for few of you, it can be your mother also. Few of you who have been raised by your grandparents or your uncle, auntie, you will see this in them as well. So if you feel that okay, yes, that's absolutely true, and that's why I just can't stop myself being a people pleaser, so watch from now on, right? Because in your childhood you really wanted some extra attention specifically from your father. You didn't get that, and that's why you were in the habit of going outside, get the same attention, get the same love, get the same care, and you tend to attract a lot of wrong people in your life, and I can challenge you that if you are saying that, yes, I always attract wrong friends, I always attract wrong relationship, is because of this, right? But nothing to worry, everything will be taken care of. Let's move on to the second one. The second trait is very interesting. Now you will see a lot of in lot of families, the father specifically, they are not um, being that affectionate. For example, they always have been in this typical environment where they were told, you being the male person in the family, you should not show emotions, because zyada pyar doge to bacche sar pe baith jayenge. How many of you have actually literally have witnessed this kind of statements in your family? And so many the older generation, they keep telling them that don't do this, your child will just become a brat. Don't encourage everything to them, don't say yes every time to them. How many of you can relate to this? As a result, what happens, this person, the child, basically what he or she feels, that my father is not being affectionate and I'm not being loved. So this particular dilemma, this particular need of the child who feels that I'm not being loved because for some reason the father is not showing or being expressive, that doesn't mean that the father doesn't love that child, or or the father absolutely hates that child. Absolutely not. Few male, you will see that, I mean most of the males in fact, you will see that they are not that great in expressions, they don't express, right? So sometimes they'll say, we don't know how to express things, right? As a result, this child starts feeling, my father doesn't love me the way I want him to love me. I see a lot of cases where people say, my father has never hugged me, never ever have spoken to me softly. So these are the reasons why the inner child always felt he or she has not been loved, and this unloved feeling starts getting so much intense with the period of time, that this person again tries to get something from the outside, because this child feels, I need to get love, I need to feel loved like others. Like he might be seeing the other, children or other friends, that he see that their father or their, in that case, the mother being very expressive. So the child starts feeling that, okay, fine, I'm not getting the need fulfilled here, so let me go outside, and the child will start seeking extra attention, extra love, extra care outside. And as a result, sometimes in your adult life, you will see that you are getting attached with people very fast, even without knowing the person. You start getting too attached, and then after a while you start seeing that, okay, fine, this is not working, and then you start blaming yourself that, why did I get attached with this person so much? How many of you can relate to this? So this is because, again, you have this habit of getting that inner child inside you starts craving for love. Every relationship, it started from there. But in every relationship, the child inside you starts craving for love. That from where I can get more attention, from where I can get more love. I can get that, lovable feeling if somebody hugs me, if somebody starts saying, I love you to me. So the child inside you starts craving for that love, and then you just go vulnerable. You go outside, you start getting into wrong relationships, or maybe, for that matter, wrong friends, in your life. How many of you feel that, yeah, I mean, now I know that why am I attracting so much of toxic relationships in life, or why there were so many multiple breakups in my life. Now I know that this is the reason. And also I have the ability to accept it, that this is something which my father purposely didn't do it, but unfortunately it has got into me, and now I have to be the chain breaker to just break this chain. Right, yes, in the chat box. And understand one thing, guys, please don't feel shy. It is not about degrading somebody. It is about facing and acknowledging the truth, accepting it, and then you start healing it. That's the beauty of it. I, being in the YouTube platform, I'm saying so many things about me and my parents, right? So I'm absolutely comfortable with it, because I truly acknowledge this is what I felt. I know my parents have been super perfect, in my childhood, but maybe I have that craving of certain things which did not, my inner child, that those certain needs were not getting fulfilled, and as a result I always used to have so much of fear for my father. in my adult life, when I started going outside from when I started studying outside of my hometown, is when I started getting closer to him. So that's how your needs, and you will start getting a lot of realizations as you go through it, right? So the second trait that I have just explained about is about not being affectionate. Now the third is about being not predictable. How is this so important in your current life? If there is an environment in your childhood, be it in the family, be it wherever you are staying, where there have been so many fights, like there are always a chaotic environment, like people shouting at each other, or some problems every day you are seeing your parents are going through, emotional or maybe financial. And it usually happens for big joint families, right? So if there are some big families, there are some difference of opinions. So this child starts feeling extremely lost, because every day the child feels, I don't know what is going to happen today, right? Because the child is witnessing some unpredictable chaos around him or her, right? So as a result, what happens as this particular child grows, and becomes an adult, you start attracting a lot of situations in your life which is always chaotic. For example, if everything is going right in your life, in your adult life, you will start finding कि अरे बाप रे, everything is fine now, पता नहीं इसके बाद क्या होगा. मतलब you start searching for a problem, because your body has got used to always living in the problem. It has become so habituated, so habitual for you and your physical body, that you start finding problems in your life, right? Whenever you are in a relationship, everything is going fine, you have absolutely good love, trust between each other, be it your partner, be it your spouse, be it any other relationship, your siblings and everything. You start feeling fearful that now it is fine, but I think something wrong is going to happen. And damn, the next day you see that something wrong is happening in your life. And that's when you start saying कि मेरे लाइफ में तो कभी अच्छा होता ही नहीं है, जब भी कुछ अच्छा होता है उसके बाद ऐसा कुछ होगा कि I will just break down. How many of you can feel that? Yeah, this is a strong belief that I have, that whenever things go very right in my life, even in your career, in fact, कि everything is going fine, then you start feeling कि मेरा बॉस मेरे साथ इतने अच्छा क्यों है? Why my boss is so good with me? He must be having some politics going on around him for me, and he must be thinking about something to give me, with which I'll feel extremely pissed off, I'll be irritated. As a result, vibrationally you start vibrating at a frequency where you want problems. So your body just becomes like, you have seen those people who are addicted to anything, any addictions, right? So when you don't get that, your body starts craving for it. So this is what exactly happens to you when you are being brought up in a chaotic environment. When things are peaceful around you, your body starts craving for problems, and you start pulling problems, because that's the law of attraction. Your vibration is, where is the problem, where is the problem, where is the problem? Subconsciously you are affirming, I need to see a problem, I need to see a problem. And then on the next day, or after a couple of hours, you see, oh my god, this is what is happening in my life, this is what I don't want, and my life is always surrounded with so much of people, so much of problem. Because your inner child is actually being very, very unpredictable, because he's scared of being in that unpredictable situation. Write yes in the chat box if you feel, yes, this is what I have seen, or if you have seen somebody doing this, like for example in your family, in your professional life, where people always keep saying कि अरे पता है मेरे लाइफ में सब कुछ अच्छा चल रहा है, पर पता नहीं मुझे तो लग रहा है बहुत ही बड़ा एक तूफान आने वाला है. And you see a lot of people around you, saying these things. How many of you can relate to this? The moment you see this in you, you know exactly what has happened, because in your childhood, either it is in your family environment or somewhere you have spent maximum time, the environment have been extremely chaotic or unpredictable, right? Sorry. So that's why you start feeling a lot of fear inside you to accept change, or to acknowledge the uncertainty. The child inside you starts feeling extremely insecure. So how many of you are thinking like, oh my god, these concepts, like these perceptions are something which we have never ever thought about it. And these are the reasons why there is so much of turbulence in my current life. And that's why I have never been able to pull myself out from the problems. Right? Yes, in the chat box, and don't worry, it's a safe place. I'm always here to help you. I'm not here to make you feel scared. I'm here to make you realize and then work together. Right. The next one is about this father who is less emotional. What do you mean by less emotional? And it's very common trait you will see in most of the typical families, or predominantly in the male, on the males as compared to the females. So you will always see certain specific traits in this person, the father that I'm talking about, that he always doesn't express things very easily. Matlab, no matter how much tension he is going through, you will not see it on his face. He always carries a very blank face. Like, yeah, everything is fine, everything is okay. But actually, he's dying inside. He's not expressing, because in his childhood or in his teenage, he was being told ki, beta, you are the male person, and in the family you have to be strong, not physically but emotionally. You have to be strong, and never ever cry, never ever show your emotions, because if you show your emotions, you will be seen as weak. So that is the reason why you will see most of the fathers, they're not able to express in the relationship, specifically with the kids. Sometimes you will see, the father, even if being so excited, he always carry this blank face, like not too excited. And by the way, my husband is one of them. So when I was not into the inner child healing, I always had this biggest problem, feeling that he never expressed things, because even if he's too excited, he will still have that blank face. Like if I say that, okay, what has happened, and I'm very expressive, so I'll say, what has happened, this is what has happened, I've got a award in my office, and this. And he'll say like, okay, fine, congratulations. And I'm like, why he's not being excited? I mean, is it that he doesn't want to be happy with me? And then I start with a different, it is before my transformation I'm talking about. I'll start with a negative chain of thoughts. So where I start feeling that, he is not happy with my success, or he is jealous of my success. No, it's not about feeling jealous or feeling insecure. It is about he being in that childhood where he probably have been taught not to be expressive. And even in his childhood also, when he started, that the child inside him started feeling, no, Baba, I shouldn't express. Now, it can be the fact that probably any of the parent must have been extremely strict, must have been not approving, or must have been not affectionate. And that's one of the reasons the child feels ki, no, I don't want to express. And that's why he starts developing a habit of not expressing things that easily. But what happens, this child, when this person who is not being so expressive, he grows up and he turns out to be vulnerable. Because in the adult life, and now you're going to have a very good breakthrough, but when I'm going to say this to you, and a lot of you will be able to relate to this. You will see a lot of people who always go out, will find something temporary to give them relief from stress and anxiety. For example, too much of smoking, too much of maybe boozing or drinking. And then you will see a lot of people, they'll say, when I'm drunk, only then I can say everything clearly, or when I'm drunk, only then I can express myself, because they feel that is the only time when they can express. So when this particular father who is not being so expressive, and he doesn't express things, to the child starts feeling extremely distance in the relationship. So the child starts getting little disconnected from the father, or if it is the mother, the child feels disconnected from the mother, and as a result, the child starts having a relationship gap. So this is one of the reasons why the child also develops, that unsafe feeling within him. Because remember one thing, if you are going through a lot of insecurities in your life, like there is so much of fear hovering around you every time, it is definitely something which has got to do with your father. So I'll tell you why. Because the safety and security is one of the spiritual need of a child, which the child gets from the father. And if this need is not being met, the child starts developing this unsafe and insecure feeling in the adult life, right? So if the father is not expressive, not being emotional, for example, you might have scored, well, as compared to the previous exam, and you are saying this to your dad ki, papa, I have scored this time 80%, and you are expecting your father to acknowledge you, but then unfortunately he says ki, okay, fine, but I was expecting you to score 85%, so that's okay, you do it better next time. Now the child starts feeling that, okay, fine, there is something which my needs are not getting fulfilled because I'm not being appreciated, not being recognized for the effort that I have put in. And the child starts getting distance, started maintaining distance in the relationship. So how many of you can relate to this, that yeah, this has actually happened? And a lot of times this is what happens to me, that I feel no matter how much effort I'm putting, I'm not being recognized. So this is because you as a child, your emotional need was not being met because there was a distance in the relationship, right? So write yes in the chat box if you feel, yes, this is what exactly happens. And now I know my spiritual need was not being met. And as a result, I started feeling this. And you being a parent right now, so I truly, truly encourage all of you to understand these traits, keep these in your mind, and then you be what you should be with your children, right? So like encourage them, always. I'm not saying you should approve every time everything, but don't reject it right on their face multiple times, because this is how the child will start feeling, the inner child will start feeling inside the child that, okay, my needs are not being met, let me just go outside and get it, right? Fine. The next is not being present. What do you mean by next? I mean, not being present. So for various situations, the father is actually not available to the child. Now, it can be because of the work schedule, the hectic schedule, or sometimes it is because the father is working, out of the town or out of the country. The child doesn't see the father quite often. And for that matter, it can be also separation. So these are the various situations where the child starts feeling the absence of the father, and the child also start getting dependent on anybody. Now it can be on the mother also, it can be anybody else. I mean, the dependency is very high. So because that particular absence is there in the child's life, the child is just now getting fulfilled those needs from the father through somebody else, and this child gets extra dependent on that particular or specific person. In your adult life, you will see somewhere in your relationships, you are actually doing this. And I see most of the relationship issues are, whenever the relationship issues come to me during my one-on-one sessions, I see this is predominantly one of the major factors where people keep seeing that, I always prioritize my partner's needs over me, because you are being codependent on them. You as a child, your need from the father, or can be from the mother also for that fact, has not been met. As a result, you started getting dependent on somebody like blindly. And then most of the time you feel that, this dependency is not good for me, but I can't afford to live without this person. That's also one of the reasons when people go through breakups, they take so much longer time to heal themselves or to pull themselves out from that toxic memories or from that hard breakups. So these are one of the reasons why you start feeling so much of dependent on a specific person. Dependency is okay, not bad, but being too much of codependent is not good for you. That's when you start compromising a lot on your priorities. You tend to just ignore yourself and start prioritizing somebody else, which is not recommended for you, right? So as I said, so be a little mindful, be a little conscious from now on. Start observing whatever you are facing right now, how many of these attributes which I'm now explaining to you, you can actually relate to this, and now you know from where it has come and how you can heal as well. We are going to do that after this particular segment. We will show you also how to do that. Now, the last one is very simple. If this father is being extremely strict, for example, the father is very, very strict, no matter what the child does, the father always carries a very strict attitude towards the child starts feeling very, very fearful. The inner child starts feeling fearful for every damn thing in his or her life. So even if the child wants to share something with the father, the child is like, if I share this, I don't know how he'll react, so let me just not share this. Now you become you start becoming a person, the inner child starts becoming a person of not expressing easily, not able to process emotions, right? So very strict father can also make you feel extremely fearful. If in your life right now you feel, yes, my life is always surrounded with so much of fear going on, fear for my relationship, fear for my health, fear for myself, fear for money, fear for health, fear for people, this is the reason why. Because maybe your inner child have experienced very high level of fear in the childhood. It can be the mother also who has been extremely strict. For example, you have actually I have seen one case which came to me, and she was saying about this, that in my childhood, um, so I always have been brought up in a joint family. So me and my cousin, we always used to play together. And when we were playing, sometimes for example, my sibling has actually broken a glass or something, or my cousins have broken a glass or something. My parents will come without even asking who has done it. They will just start blasting me. So the child starts feeling at that moment the child starts feeling extremely fearful कि मैं कुछ भी ना करूं तो भी मुझे डांट मिलेगी, मैं कुछ करती हूँ फिर भी मुझे डांट मिलती है. So the child starts having fear running in his or her nerves, in every cell of his or her body. How many of you can relate to this? And this is a very, very crucial reason why your life is so much surrounded with unnecessary fear. Fear for loss, fear for losing somebody, fear for, even if you're in a good relationship with someone, in a healthy relationship, you still have so much of fear in that relationship also. How many of you can actually sense that, yes, this is something which I'm experiencing, and I think I need to work on my fear, because this is actually not helping you, right? If you are being extremely fearful, so it can also degrade your self concept towards yourself. You can also start feeling a lot of broken feelings towards yourself. So it is going to hamper you in every part of your life, every aspect of your life. So this fear has developed right from your childhood. So now the child has been fearful, the child gets into a teenage age group where the child is still fearful for something or the other happening in the school, in the college, in the friends, in the environment where there are a lot of friends. Now the child grows, the child is now an adult. In his professional life, he always has this fear running in his mind. So for example, if you are working professional in a corporate environment, you might be seeing that even if you know that you are the best, you do your work very well, people recognize you, people appreciate you, still you have fear for proving yourself all the time, because you feel that, what if I'm not able to do this, people will not like me, or you tend to become a people pleaser. So this can be a combination of so many things. So how many of you feel that, yeah, this fear is actually eating me up, and this has actually developed right from my childhood, and this fear is actually degrading my quality of life. So see, if you have been in this habit of living with this fear for 25, 30 years, or for that matter 40 years, you need to work on it. It will not happen overnight. I just don't want to make you feel a magic will happen and overnight you will be able to heal all your fear. Of course not. But when you get into such deep level conversations, for example, the trauma or the inner child advanced level healing, this is what exactly we do. So we get into your blueprint, where we start taking all the blueprint of your actions, behavior, thoughts, patterns. Sometimes people say, I don't even remember what exactly has happened in my childhood. Like, did I really face any chaotic environment? Did I really go through any such fearful situation? Because your body has got frozen. You have been so much, you have gone through so much, your body has processed so many emotions together, negative emotions, that your body is not able to sense it right now. It has become numb. Then we start getting into that particular exercises where we take you to that level when your conscious mind is actually shut down, and you start getting guidance through your subconscious mind that what exactly has been the root cause of your fear, and then we start healing them. So identifying things and then healing makes so much sense. Otherwise it is just like you're sitting under the sky and you're just shooting in the dark, like ठीक है एक निशाना लग गया तो मेरा fear शायद चला जाएगा. एक निशाना लग गया तो शायद मेरा एंजाइटी खत्म हो जाएगा, एक निशाना चलो लग गया हीलिंग का तो शायद मेरा इनसिक्योरिटी ठीक हो सकता है. But this will take so much of time, and unfortunately this will not give you any clarity, right? So it is always essential to understand the root cause and working towards it. That's when you will be able to see the breakthroughs. That's when you will be able to see your inner child giggling, smiling, having that free feeling inside her that she has finally, you had actually made her free from that cage of fear, of being insecure, of feeling unsafe, of feeling unloved, so beautifully. So that is the magic of inner child healing. So how many of you think, how many of you have got like so many bulb on moments today, like all your light bulbs are on? If it is so, right, bulbs are on in the chat box, and let me know, like, you literally have now been processing what you have just heard. So again, I'm saying, don't take this as as a bitterness towards your parents or source, but just be grateful about you knowing this, and now you know how to work towards it, right? So let's now work towards the exercise, the challenge that I'm going to give you tonight. This is a very important exercise which you should do for your parents. As I said, make them also part of your healing journey, like how Bhumika, when she was getting healed and she was also healing her parents, the parents started having good relationship between them, which was probably not expressive or not affectionate kind of a relationship between them. Now the relationship between them are healing at this age. So that's the biggest gift you can give it to your source, right? So the first thing that I want you to do is, you need to take a pen and a paper. So quickly grab a notepad and a pen. I want you to just take it, and we will do a quick exercise right now. Meanwhile, I'll just see the chat box. Okay, yes, I experienced this. I definitely need to work on my fear. Yes, very good, Shubhasri. And that's why I'm saying that it is the first step you're taking towards understanding from where it has started, right? So bulbs are on. Yeah, I know there will be so many light bulbs which are on right now. And this is going, I told you, this 5 days will give you, life-changing concepts. Your relationship dynamics will start developing beautifully if you know these things. Like, these are the basics that I'm giving you, but at the advanced level we go to the next level, and we take every relationship in a different way, how faster we can heal them. So yes, so please take a notepad and a pen, and now I want you to do a very quick exercise. So I want you to quickly close your eyes, sit comfortably, keeping your back erect, and ensure nobody disturbs you for the next 5 minutes. This should not take more than 5 minutes, so nobody should disturb you. So let's take some deep breath. Take a deep breath and relax. Let's take one more deep breath and relax. So keep watching your breath, the breath that goes in, the breath that goes out. And now I want you to start visualizing your inner child, which you have met, and you have been meeting her or him from the past 2 days. So start visualizing her. And now I want you to think about your parents, both your father and mother, and just observe, when you're thinking about them, I wanted to take one situation where this inner child was not happy with the way things were going. So maybe just rely on your inner guidance. It can be either your father or your mother. See who comes first. And just get into the situation where probably one of your needs were not being met. Maybe you wanted to get appreciated, you wanted to get extra attention, extra love, you wanted some understanding from him or from her. Unfortunately, that was not being met. And the little inner child inside you started feeling insecure, started feeling unloved, started feeling unwanted, started feeling lonely. So start feeling it. And now I want you to gently open your eyes and take the notepad and pen and start writing whatever negative things you start sensing in your body, in your mind, for your father or for your mother, for that situation. So please start writing everything. Don't judge, don't resist, keep writing. So I'll just give you another 2 minutes, but nothing to worry. You can finish it off after the session also. But I want you can also write the words. For example, sad, depressed, unwanted, unloved, not affectionate, then insecure, or you can write sentences also. See what comes to your mind and keep writing. So people watching me on the recording, I want you to do this exercise also, because it's a very, very important aspect of how you can clear a lot of blockages between you and your parents. So please do that while you are listening to my instructions. And as I said, don't worry, keep writing whatever comes to your mind. So keep writing everything, and you can take another 2 minutes or so. 1 more minute. And even if you feel that I want to write more things, which is absolutely fine. So right now, what you need to do is, I want you to just close your eyes once again. And I want you to think about your parent, either it is your father or mother, for whom you have actually felt it, right, as an inner child. And now I want you to just keep closing your eyes. And you say this to your inner child by saying, my dear inner child. You can take the name that you have given to your inner child and say, my dear inner child, I promise I'm going to make you feel and heal better right now by just healing and dissolving these negative or toxic memories that you have or you have undergone with him or with her. They haven't done anything purposely, but it is just that probably they were not aware of it. I promise I'm going to make you feel lighter, happy, and also will make you merged with me. And now I want you to just repeat this loudly. So when I say something, you need to repeat after me. Keep closing your eyes and just repeat after me. So if it is your father, you can say father. If it is your mother, you can say mother. So dear Ma or dear Papa, I forgive you and you forgive me for this particular situation which has happened in my childhood. Repeat again. I forgive you. You forgive me for this situation which has happened in my childhood. I relieve you from this toxic relationship or the feelings that I have been holding in my heart for you. You relieve me for anything which you expected me to do and I did not do it. So say, I relieve you and you relieve me from these negativities. Thank you for making me go through this incident as I now feel, I can make my inner child heal. I can make you heal along with me, and all three of us can actually make our life much better and make our relationships much stronger, so that we can have a perfect life and relationship between all three of us. And just say after me, dear divine, dear universe, may the divine light change now. Now just feel there is a white light from the universe. It is just coming to you, to your father or mother, the inner child inside you. All three of you are now getting that inner, that white light. It just started healing all three of you. And as you get healed by the universe, I want you to start repeating this while you visualize the face of your father or mother. So start visualizing him, or maybe you can feel him right in front of you, and say this while just looking at him. I'm sorry for holding so much of anger or holding so much of negative emotions for you. Please forgive me for not realizing you have never done it to harm me. Thank you for bringing me in this world and making me see this beautiful world. Thank you for giving me so many things in my life, maybe for which I have never been grateful for. I love you. Now you can say, I love you, Dad, or I love you, Ma, for your unconditional love towards me, which probably sometimes you were able to express, sometimes you were not. Thank you for being my source. Thank you for being the best friend. And now feel or see one particular situation in your life where he or she has actually given you the maximum support. Maybe in your school, in your college, in your married life, wherever. You are going through a very tough situation, but he or she was by your side. He or she was actually backing you up. I want you to process those emotions in your body. You may feel a lot of emotions coming out right now. Don't stop them, but feel those emotions in your body and just visualize and say this after me. Thank you for always backing me up. Thank you for everything that you have done for me. And I'm really sorry for not acknowledging all those situations where you have really supported me when nobody was with me. So I'm sorry. Please forgive me. Thank you. I love you. You can join your hands in a namaste position and say, I'm sorry. Please forgive me. Thank you. I love you. I'm sorry. Please forgive me. Thank you. Both my inner child and me really, really, really love you. And now gently open your eyes. And I want you to take this paper where you have written all the negative things. You got to burn this after the session. Blow the ashes in the air. Feel whatever you are carrying inside you for that situation, for your parents. You're just giving this to the universe. Now the universe will just take care of them. And this divine light which is now inside you is just making you and your inner child feeling one, and also having a beautiful connection. You are sensing a beautiful connection with your father or mother, and both of them. Right? So after this session, you're going to burn this paper. And the second assignment that I'm going to give you right now, if you are with your parents, after the session, I want you to just go hug them and say, I'm sorry, please forgive me, thank you, and I love you. If you feel I don't want to say this, absolutely fine. Go and give them a tight hug and say thank you. And they'll say, for what you're saying thank you? You say, for various things that you have done for me, which I have never acknowledged or maybe for which I have never got time to say thank you to you. So thank you for all those situations. Give him or her, or give both of them a tight hug. Like literally when they say, okay, fine, leave, you're squeezing me. Right? So then you leave them. If they're not staying with you, which is absolutely fine, send them an audio note. Send them a message, maybe a WhatsApp. I would suggest give it an audio note and say thank you. Thank you for everything that you have been doing for me. Thank you for so many situations where you have given me unconditional support. You backed me up, and I have never ever felt or acknowledged it. So I truly wanted to say thank you to you. And then you see the magic happens, that they start feeling that, sensing that vibration that comes from you, which is a beautiful love vibration, and they will also be reciprocating your, this thing, whatever you are saying, right? If you are not in touch with your parents, you can write a letter. If you're not comfortable calling them up or saying this to them, nothing to worry. Write a letter and say this to the universe. Universe, this is for my father. This is for my mother. Maybe if they are not there, which means if they are not alive, write this and say, universe, may all this message and all these emotions go to them. And you have this beautiful energy within you, thinking that this toxic emotions that you were carrying for your parents have now been released beautifully. How many of you are actually feeling so emotional when you are now thinking how easy it is, when you start understanding the root cause of your issues? It is not essential for you to always hold some bitterness or grudges, but there is a different way of how you can heal it beautifully. And if you're able to heal your relationship with your source, all your relationships in your life, including the relationship with your partners, with your colleagues, with your friends, with everybody, will start changing. You will see people start getting attracted to you. People start feeling that vibration wherever you go. They suddenly start feeling so much of comfort within them. So how many of you promise me to do these 2 exercises? 1, burn the paper. While you are burning, after burning the paper, you can do Ho'oponopono for your inner child. Say this to your inner child: my dear inner child, I'm so happy to see you happy, and releasing these emotions from your body, right? And literally visualize her jumping or playing like a child, right? And the second assignment is about sending a message. You can probably send an audio note, or you can send a WhatsApp note, or if they're with you, go and give a tight hug, or if you don't want to hug them, just simply go and say thank you. Thank you for everything that you have been doing for me. Thank you for bringing me in this world. And in this Guru Purnima, I really wanted to just say thank you, because you have been one of the most important gurus, right? So how many of you promised me to do this? Today is an auspicious day, and this is the good time for you to probably let go of things which are not helping you, and have or cultivate certain emotions within you which can make you feel so much lighter, which can make your inner child feel absolutely relaxed. And today you will sleep so peacefully with your inner child. I'm telling you that you will feel like you have never slept before. Right? So with that, thank you everybody. And I'm going to close the session for now. I hope this has been a very deep emotional session today, where you have actually felt so many emotions, so many concepts, so many bulb-ons. You have got it. And I truly want you guys to just keep revisiting these lessons, keep seeing how beautifully you can process, understand, and how beautifully you can feel them. With that, I'll see you tomorrow at 9 p.m. IST. We're going to do something different tomorrow. And today and yesterday's session has been extremely powerful and very, very important segments. So we have covered the parental, part. And tomorrow we are going to cover something different. So with that, thank you. And I'm really, really very grateful to each of you for giving me this opportunity to mend your relationships, to heal your relationship with your parents. So thank you once again, everyone. I'm sorry. Please forgive me. Thank you. I love you, everybody. Right? So thank you, thank you, thank you. And I'll see you tomorrow at 9 p.m. IST. Sleep with this beautiful energy. Just relax and make your inner child feel extremely relaxed. All right. So bye-bye, everybody. And I'll see you tomorrow. Bye-bye.